During that period, we wished for days like this, where you could get super dope quality sneakers and just walk into your local store. We don't know what we have until we don't have it. Hey, what up and welcome to another episode of Creased Heat. And before we get into today's topic, let's go shopping because it's going to give a little bit more context. Let's go. I won't put the release date in.
3 days later.
And there was actually something that I copped, but it wasn't on this trip. It was a pair that I saw on this trip, but it was actually in-game on Skate because they've just added Nike SB and done this whole like thing. I don't know if any of you guys play video games or whatever. I'm a skateboarder. Always love skateboarding games. Skate 3 is like one of my all-time favorite games. They've now made it free to play and they've introduced Nike SB. Not the best Nike SB Dunks, but this pair is probably the best pair, and then I saw him in real life, so. Actually, I did have a parcel rock up while I was away. I don't even remember what this is, so. Now I do. With the World Cup coming up, this has been looking at me for a while, and now it's, was it half price? I don't know, it was like 40% off. Crazy. I am half English. I am not appropriating English culture. Yeah, this goalkeeper Hollywood style retro 90s jersey is insane and I've wanted it for ages. I honestly thought it was more like a t-shirt, but this is actually quite thick. So winter's coming around. That'll be good for the World Cup. Back to the video. It's crazy to me to see certain things sitting. I'm still saying I think the All-Star Weekend Jordan 1s are insanely dope. And now they're down to $175. That's half price. I still haven't even bought them. I probably will now, but I still haven't bought them. Those two pairs of SBs. The one with the removable swooshes, I think it's Note, the company that did a collab. That's a collab sitting. The Deshaun Jordans are sitting. The Tom Yum Soup, they sold out in Bangkok. I couldn't get them in Bangkok. I was there recently over the weekend that they dropped. Crazy. The UNC lows. I know people don't like 11 lows, but that's a good looking shoe. Even if you want to say in recent times, like the ASICS are going crazy. Those ASICS Gel Quantums sitting. I don't understand it, man. Like, but here's the thing. These are the times we wished for not too long ago. Let's go back to, say, 2018, 2019. I was getting told of stories from older heads about when they used to go to the outlets and nobody cared about these shoes. Jordans, OG Air Max, everything like that. Even myself, I've got crazy stories from the outlets from back in the middle of the 2000s, right? A3s have come around now, they're calling them Bounce. I remember getting a pair for like, it was either $45 or $54. I remember liking them, not pulling the trigger, and then hitting up my old man if he could grab them for me. Crazy. I remember getting B-dubs for $65. Now the B-dubs, like anytime they come back around, they sell out. I even remember Nike SB Dunks being on special on tables. You couldn't give them away. Because at a time where that hype kind of went away, and with skateboarders, like the style of skateboarding shoe changed, it was now all about the Janoskis and those real slimline shoes. Me personally, I can't wear them. They're way too narrow for my foot. But when I couldn't get SBs, I would get 5.0s, which was the BMX equivalent. You saw that at Fast Times. SBs are on sale. Not the best colorways. One was decent, the other one was horrible. But you get what I'm saying here. These are the times we wished about. You remember, like, after The Last Dance, where anything Jordan related was like 300, 400, 500 minimum resale. You couldn't get them. People were botting them. Hell, I even remember not that long ago when the most hyped sneaker in the world was the Panda Dunk. People were, what was Common Hype calling them? Hotcake? Because they would just sell like hotcakes. People were selling for $500. Like, the most basic plastic, not even leather, usually with the worst QC that you've ever seen in your life, and people were flipping them for $400 or $500. Absolutely insane. You know why though? I'll tell you why. FOMO. If I can get something, there's no fear of missing out, is there? There was a point in time around that 2020 period and a little bit after that I would pull the trigger on something if I was sort of keen on it. Because if that period of time where I could get them had gone, I was now having to pay double the price. And I'm not doing that. But now, something can sit on the shelf, I can look at it, do I want it, do I like it? Maybe I don't need it. Maybe I don't really want it. Maybe it gets to the point where it's half price and now I'm like, damn, I've got to get them. But you remember them type days? The most annoying thing I used to hear from resellers was, if you know, you know. I remember at a point during that 2020 period, Newcastle wasn't locked down like Sydney and Melbourne was. All these resellers are posting because they're getting stuff backdoored and all this. I could just go to my local Foot Locker and grab them as well. And they're like, oh yeah, I'm buying these. We're selling these like GR Jordan 1s for like $400 or $500. I'm like, oh, I just bought 2 pairs of these. They're like, no you didn't, no you didn't. I'm like, this is them. And during that period of time where you would get pumped by bots, resellers were getting stuff backdoored and all of that. I mean, this stuff still happens for hype releases, but it's not happening on everything. During that period, we wished for days like this, where you could get super dope quality sneakers. You just walk into your local store. Like, I live in regional New South Wales, and that's the type of stuff I saw on shelf today, tonight. Most of those joints like dropped over the weekend, all still there, all in sizes and everything like that. I'm going to be honest, the SB Dunks with the removable swoosh, I come real close to buying them. The Tom Yum joints, if they'd had them when I was in Thailand, it would have meant a little bit more to me and I probably would have bought it. But seeing them in hand, I'm like, they just kind of look like a brown version of the Escargots, and I already got them, and they look better. So, if I'm being really honest, then maybe it's just a sign of the times and everything like that. The thing that I came closest to pulling the trigger on was the ASICS Gel Quantums. That is a dope colorway, and they're such a comfortable shoe. Crazy seeing the Nike Mind sneaker there too. I don't know what sizes they had. I thought about trying them on, but I think we already know the hype's done with them. But I'm saying, like, to bring it all back to what I'm saying though, some of the most hyped SB Dunks of the glory period didn't really do much at the time. Obviously, there's exceptions to the rules. Stuff like the pigeons caused a riot, right? But I'll tell you a crazy story, and I've said it on the channel already before, but this is like what it was. The Tiffany SB Dunk right? Grail amongst grail for most people. That was in a sales bin in a skate shop in Wagga Wagga. They couldn't sell it. Crazy, right? Same shoe goes for about 4 or 5 grand now. We don't know what we have until we don't have it. If it comes to a period of time where Nike drops their stock again, and it's not so easy to get stuff, people are going to be going nuts. Because, let's be honest, you can't keep a sneakerhead happy. We're never happy. We're not. I've been able to cop every single thing that I wanted this year, except for the Virgils. I'm mad. I'm mad about it. That sneaker is beautiful, but I wasn't able to cop. Unfortunate. It happens. I'm able to cop damn near everything else. And we talk about like Nike and these brands, right? And how they've maybe curbed reselling. At a point there, it seemed like they were pandering to resellers because that was a good chunk of their market. They put prices up. Yes, we all know they put stuff up, the prices of them. Trying to gain a little bit more of what was on the table, because if the Jordan 1s are selling for $230 and then people are reselling them for $300-400, we can put them up a little bit. Same with Jordan 3s, Jordan 4s, everything like that. They're gaining that little bit more, and they're putting more stock out too. They did that as well. There was more stock available, like every store. Not everything, but most things. Put that into context with just how fashion moves, bro. Like, there was a point in time where I was like, the Jordan 1 is the greatest sneaker of all time. You cannot tell me otherwise. But when I look at it, I rarely wear them. I just don't. Here in Australia, like, there's like 1 month out of the year I'd wear them. And that's the 1 month of the year that I wear pants, and that's winter. Because even in autumn, which we're in right now, I'm in shorts. And me personally, I just don't like the look of Jordan 1s with shorts, unless it's a low. So, that's me. But, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna make a bold prediction. There's gonna be joints that have dropped in the last, say, 1 to 2 years, maybe even a little bit longer, that in 5 years from now, people will be calling the absolute grails. They'll be like, damn, like, oh man, I wish I could get them, but now the price is so crazy. And there'll be people like me going, bro, like, they were just sitting on shelves. Like, what do you mean? You know when this happened? This same thing happened? When the Black Cat 4s dropped. And they sat on the Foot Locker website for months. I could have bought as many pairs as I wanted for months. Then one day, a pair sold for $1,000, and all of a sudden they became someone's grail. Because that $1,000 isn't attainable for most people. Like, spending $1,000 on a pair of shoes, I could spend $1,000 on a pair of shoes. I'm not going to go broke. But would I spend $1,000 on a pair of shoes? Not on your fucking life. Never. Never would I do that. I don't care what it is. Someone could come to me right now with a pair of Carhartt 4s, which is my grail. $1,000. I'm not doing it. I don't care. I'm not doing it out of principle. It is a $280 shoe. If that. Is it really worth $280? Probably not. But in 5 years from now, I'm calling it. There's going to be a bunch of these pairs that nobody cared about. And they're going to be someone's grail. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking. Have you seen this happen all around before? Are you new to the game? You're not sure like what's about? Or you're looking at stuff that came out already that you're like, damn, I wish I could have got them. Some people say like the UNC 3 is their grail. I copped 2 pairs of them when they dropped. No problem. Now they go for crazy. It is what it is. This whole sneaker game is going to go around in a vicious circle. And right now, we're at a great period in time, in my opinion. But before we get out of here, I just want to say one thing. Due to things outside of the world of sneakers in my personal life, have not been consistent on this channel. I've also had another channel just seemingly take off. Hit 5,000 plus subs in like a quarter of the time that this one took to get to almost 4,000 subs, right? I didn't have much personal time to be able to do these videos. When I do the travel videos, like I'll go overseas and I'll just film non-stop for the period of time I'm at and can always just go back and edit them. Whereas this, coming up with new ideas constantly, it's a little bit different. But those things have changed. My time is free again, and we are back. One thing that I missed in that period was the 5-year anniversary of this channel. Now, I remember celebrating the 1 year and the 2 year, and then I was like, there's no real point celebrating every year, right? I won't celebrate anything until the 5th year. 5 years comes along, and I keep forgetting, putting it off, everything like that. But it has been 5 years of this channel, and there's been some incredible moments, and I just want to do like a little piece right here just for you guys that have been here, or maybe you're brand new. This is the first video you've seen, but we've been here for 5 years and we ain't stopping. I've got plenty of overseas sneaker content to come as well. There'll be regular videos like this. We are back every week, I promise. Cut to the highlight reel. This is where it all started. That's the sneaker market right there. We're all the way in beautiful Coffs Harbour.
You done it last time in the video, man.
Oh, Foster. I even drove here.
Yeah.
Now, this might be a little bit of overkill for a shoebox, but look, I appreciate the aesthetic and everything, you know.
It's called Creased Heat. He's got some interesting videos in there. I like it when he talks about the shoe and just takes his time with the detail.
So this video here got a little crazy. Hey, what up, and welcome to a special anniversary, 1 year anniversary edition of Creased Heat. I am your host, Midas, and man, I can't believe it's been a year. Brings a tear to your eye, don't it? Crazy. Man, in that time, like, I've been connected to Foot Locker, people at Nike, JD Sports. We've done collection videos. We've met heaps of friends along the way, and yeah, there's just going to be more of that. But for today's topic, I want to hear your guys' opinion. Are you enjoying being able to cop whatever you want? Does the lack of FOMO mean that you're not as interested? Let me know. But this has been another episode of Creased Heat. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hype the video too. That all helps as well. We'll be back every week with brand new content. Peace. This has been another episode of Creased Heat, Mike. Oh, and there was actually a cop from this. Usually with the worst QE, usually with the worst QC you've ever seen, you I haven't done this in a while. Judging by these outtakes, it has been way too long since I've done this. I meant to do something before I went away and have it scheduled and get it ready, and I forgot. But we are back. We are back. There'll be more collection videos, more everything. I think we're due for an outlet trip soon. Maybe we'll do some haggling with sneaker stores with some doubles. We'll just have to see what happens. Stick around. We ain't going nowhere.